guys one more. So, the second book, well, no, it's not the second book, but it's the second book review video I'm doing today. But it's not the second book review video in total. You know what? I'm not even going to get into it. But anyway, this is the second poetry book that I am going to be reviewing. It is called Growing Wings by Jo-Anne Santos. Santos, I think. Santos or Santos. Some people say it differently. So maybe Santos or Santos. Still, this is a poetry book by one of my beautiful Insta friends, Jo-Anne. Her Instagram information will be below. Also where you can purchase her book. Right in the links below. So don't worry, I'll look out for you guys. I don't give you these book review videos and don't give you anything to go off of, you know? I look out. So, first of all, I absolutely adore Growing Wings. Like you guys know, I'm not really a big poetry reader, but when I do read a good poetry book, I do like to talk about it. Just like, you know, with the last poetry book I read, Chapters of My Heart by Jessica. That was a good one. And now Jo-Anne makes the second one, and I love it. I really adored it. Mostly because I adored it because I was kind of going through a lot of things, so I never thought how poetry could help in so many ways, but it can. It can when you read it. Reading a lot of her poetry, I kind of took my mind off of it. I mean, I was already out of town. So, in a nice area, just reading a nice poetry book, you know, your mind starts to venture off and everything. And you never realize how much you and another person have in common. Like, a lot of these poems, I definitely related to them. And that is so good. Because I feel like in poetry, sometimes you should be able to relate to your reader. I mean, I could be wrong. Poetry is not my strong subject. But I do feel like poetry opens up about the author and their experiences. And sometimes their experiences relate with your experiences. Sometimes you guys both experience the same type of situations. And, you know, you never realize how much in common you have with someone until you read their poetry book and they let you in their lives. But, first of all, Growing Wings is a beautiful title for the book. Like, once you read the poetry book, you'll understand why it's like Growing Wings. You'll understand it. It's cute. I like what she did. But, yeah, you know, a lot of the good poems that I actually liked in this, it's Healing Scars, Sweet Deception, and The Things You Never Said. So those are a couple of my favorites. I like them. No, I'm sorry, scratch that. I love them. So I definitely, you know, suggest you guys check that out. I mean, here's one of her poems. I'm only gonna read one, just one. So it says, you filled your voids with one night stands. Some were your friends, some were your fans. I filled my voids with exhaust, 9-to-5s, city strolls, and late nights turning into early mornings. I also wept. I wrote until my wrist turned blue. I had to somehow stop hurting too. So I kind of related to this one a lot, like a lot. To me, maybe I'm wrong, but you know, this kind of just either talks about your friend or maybe a close boyfriend or anything, you know. But, you know, certain people feel their hurt with certain things that they do. So certain people feel their hurt with going out and drinking, going out and partying, going out and sleeping with people after they, you know, are drunk, or they just go out and sleep with people, you know. It's different things people do to take their minds off of their own hurt, you know what I mean? So like me, for instance, I was going through all my problems. We all know life sucks sometimes. I mean, money issues, school issues, your job sucks. Sorry, my job sucks. But you go through all that, and sometimes you feel like maybe, you know, I mean, I know at times I felt like I didn't even want to get up the next day. Or maybe I would have felt better if I probably just, you know, maybe died in my sleep and didn't get up the next morning. That's how I felt. I felt better off dead than I did alive, because nothing in my life seemed to be going right or going okay. And the only time I felt great or I felt good about myself is when I sat in front of a computer and just started writing. Whether I was writing books of my own, whether I was writing fan fiction, whether I was writing anything. When I started writing, I didn't care about this person, that person. I didn't care about that I didn't have enough money for this bill or that bill, or that I can't afford this, I can't afford that. The only thing I worried about was my computer, my characters, and the world that I was creating in my own world. And I would write from, like just said, you know, right from maybe night to morning and up the next day. Gotta go to work at like 8 o'clock, but I'm tired, but I'll make it in so many ways. And I'm up there tired, but I'm also happy because of the stuff that I wrote while, you know, I was home, but, you know, gotta suck it up and go to work the next day, which is your 9 to 5. Or you take strolls because you got writer's block, so do what I do and get away for a while. Or you just to get away from depression for a while. You know, you can't run away from depression. Sometimes you can fill the void of it to get your mind off of it, but you can't run away from it. It's kind of something you gotta run your course. You know, the thing is with depression a lot of times is sometimes you feel better staying down than you do getting up. Getting up is the hard part. It really is. That's why, you know, you also wept. I can't count how many times I didn't cry because everything wasn't going how I wanted. You know, you feel like you should be 10 steps ahead than where you are now. I don't know anyone that doesn't feel that way. You feel like you should be so much further ahead than you are, but you're not. So it kind of hurts a little bit. You write. Sometimes you feel like your writing isn't never good enough, but to be honest, your writing is probably the most amazing thing someone has ever seen. That is why when you write, whether you write a fan fiction or whether you write a book and someone else reads it and they tell you personally, you know, I was having a bad day until I read your work. I get updates when I write, like, I just write fan fiction. Like, I take stories like from the Fast and Furious and I wrote a story like that. And people love it when I update. People love it. Some people even, I got a message one time, you inspired me to write my own fan fiction. Because to be honest, writing fan fiction is hard, guys. But you get what I'm saying, right? You inspired me to write my own or give me the courage. To give someone the courage to write their own book shows how much of an influence you are. And that kind of makes you realize, you know, you're not better off dead. That you're supposed to be alive and you got to go through the storm before you can finally see the beautiful view. And hopefully it's a beautiful view of Ireland or somewhere because I'm so sick of here. But hopefully it's a beautiful view of something. But, you know, all your fighting and all your crying and all your scars and all your sleepless nights, all your worrying about chapter 1, how it's horrible, but you edit it 1,000 times, all of that will come back to equal something greater. Whether you want to believe it or not. I sometimes stop believing it. Oh, hell, that's never going to happen. And maybe one day it will happen. So, Jo-Anne's book helped me grow my wings in a way. Helped me realize that, you know, I could be 10 times worse than what I am right now. Let me look at me now. I'm able to have internet connection and do book review videos. Some people aren't able to do that. You got to be grateful for what you have, even when you don't have a lot. You got to stop your hurt somehow, and you do what you have to do to stop your hurt, but don't do bad things that you know are going to hurt you in the end to stop the pain. Do something else. Do strolls. Do anything. I know working a 9 to 5 sucks. We all just wish we could sit at home and write books for the rest of our life. Am I right? And get paid. But it's an uphill battle to get there. You know, if you never get at your low, you're never going to appreciate when you're at your highs. Am I right or am I wrong? I know I'm right. Because I'm a woman, and even when I'm wrong, I'm right. I'm telling you, for all my male followers and all my male subscribers, listen to me. When she's wrong, she's right. Trust me. And the word fine, it is not fine. But that's for another topic. Anyway, back to Jo-Anne. Jo-Anne, like I said, your book made me think about a lot of things. Your book was one of the helps that I needed while I was going through my little anger and depression and everything. Still going through it. I just smiled through it. But it's a genuine smile because I know one day it'll all be better. One day I'll fully grow my wings and I'll be able to talk to someone that's sitting in my position that I was once in. Like I said, it's easy to stay down, you guys. It's easy to stay down. It's easy to say you're not going to get back up and just feel like you're never going to do anything better. It's easy to do that. The hardest thing you could ever do is get back up. But getting back up is 100 times worth it, because you're 10 times stronger than you were when you went down. Believe me. I'm smiling, and I'm smiling a genuine smile. My life sucks, but I'll live through it. We don't all have fantabulous lives, but we'll live through it. Right? That's right. So Jo-Anne, from the picture, well, the cover of your book to your title, I love it. On AG's bookshelf, you definitely get a 10. I love it. I love your book. I love what it inspired me to think about, and you definitely hit your goal when it came to writing this poetry book. You and Jessica with these poems. You guys are gonna kill me. I love it. If you want to purchase her book, she has an extended edition, which I'm also getting sent to me, and I can't wait to take a picture of it and put it on my shelf. But she has a second book that's already out, so definitely go check that out. Like I said, her Instagram page is below. There's more information on that. If you haven't picked up her first book, do pick up the first book of Growing Wings, or pick up the extended edition, which I can't wait to read too. Can't wait to read it again. But do pick up her second book. I already put her second book on my to-be-read list, so I'm going to read it too. The links to buy the book will be below for the extended edition. Her information will be below, so will mine. But definitely check out the book. Definitely listen to what I said. I hope I helped someone somehow. If I didn't, oh well, I tried. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye, you guys. Bye-bye.
I can feel it.